Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking you guys through about why I'm switching from the Nemesis 19 Plus to the Nemesis 19.1. So if you guys want to watch it, let's get to it. Okay, so if you guys have been on the channel for a while, most of you guys know that back about 6 months ago, about in September, I finally got my first pair of the Nemesis 19 Plus. You know, there was kind of a lot of hype going around it, so I thought I'd go ahead and try it out. Needless to say, during my time, I really did enjoy these. And I'm gonna make this, you know, pretty quick so we can get into the 19.1s, but I just didn't really care for the lockdown in these cleats. You know, after a while, if you weren't wearing like thick socks or anything like that, your foot would really slide around a lot. And if I was just going to the rec or something to play with some friends, you know, this would still be a really good option because, you know, if you're just kind of playing around or just doing simple training, you know, this is good. But anytime you're doing some firm plants and, you know, trying to do sharp direction, you can definitely feel your foot start to slide over in these a lot. And I figured with me going into the USL2 this year, and hopefully playing in the US Open Cup, I really needed to take my game more seriously. So I thought long and hard about what I wanted to switch to, if I wanted to stay laceless, you know, maybe switch to a different cleat or whatever. But then this colorway dropped out and I absolutely loved it. So this is the new Nemesis 19.1s that just dropped only I think a couple weeks ago, and I saw a lot of professionals wearing this. If you watch any of like the Champions League, the MLS or whatever, I'm sure you've seen this colorway quite a bit because a lot of people are wearing them. And I know a lot of people who have said that how good this cleat is, and I love the way the Nemesis 19 Plus felt. I just didn't like the lockdown, so I was like, well, what's better than getting the same cleat, you know, just with laces to help you get some lockdown. The only thing that I've noticed so far putting them on is the low cut definitely will take probably a little bit of getting used to now that I'm used to the high cut collar on the 19 Plus, but ultimately that doesn't add any benefits. It doesn't help support your ankle or anything like that, so it won't be a big switch. It will just probably mentally take a little while to get used to. But so far I've just put these cleats on and I've really liked the way they feel. My foot feels really locked down, but now we're gonna go out there, test it out, see how I feel, and see if I like them or not. So it's time to go try these out for the first time, so let's get to it. right, so I got done training in the 19.1s all day, and I have to say I really love these. If you like the fit and feel and everything of the 19 plus, I think that the 19.1s are ultimately a better option. Now I do have to say that the lockdown of the 19.1s compared to the 19 pluses are definitely better, but if you're somebody who, you know, really doesn't mind having a lot of lockdown, then the 19 pluses would be a good option if you want to stick to a laceless cleat. For me personally, I probably would even get the 19 pluses again. I was just at the point after having these for a while and just really kind of feeling how the lockdown, you know, really wasn't too good. And me going into one of the biggest seasons of my career, I really just wanted to get as much of an advantage as I could. And if that means, you know, adding laces to my cleats so that way I can get some better lockdown, then ultimately that's what I was willing to do. And so far I have to say I really love the feel of those. The tightness on the 19.1s is definitely a much tighter and narrower fit. I think mainly because of the laces, because you can tighten them. The 19 pluses definitely have a very, you know, kind of close feel, but it's also saying that there was also kind of a little bit too much room and you just didn't quite get the same, you know, kind of locked in tight sensation that these give you. Now I've always worn like speed boots, if you want to call it that, even though like the categories really don't even mean much, but I've always kind of had those style of cleats. And these definitely weren't a speed boot, you know, per se, because you didn't get a whole lot of lockdown. You know, the laceless concept, you know, was good and everything, but it was almost just kind of with the collar a little bit too maybe bulky, if you want to say. They do definitely feel almost like a slipper when you put these on, because they just come all the way up your foot, and it honestly is a really good sensation. I really enjoyed having these. But these are definitely more of a speed boot, you know, kind of option if you want something that's going to give you more lockdown, a tighter feel. And the sole plate, as you guys can see, is really stiff, especially here in the forefoot. So it gives you a good spring sensation whenever you're going to sprint or whatever and you're bending the toe. Whenever, you know, your foot goes back straight, it really kind of swings it into action, which I really like. The sole plate isn't, you know, the studs aren't too aggressive, which I would have liked them to be a little bit more, you know, kind of spectacular, give you a little bit more kind of grip and more of an aggressive feel out there on the field. But ultimately, I love the way that they spring and everything like that. And I have to say, I really enjoyed wearing these today. I think that in the future, I'm going to stick with the 19.1s. I don't know. I'm going to be playing these in the USL2 2020 season, so I'll be able to, you know, fully tell, you know, if I really do like these, and I'll be able to switch out between, you know, these and the other ones to see which ones I ultimately like better. But as it is now, the 19.1s are definitely a win for me. All right, but that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the comparison between the 19 pluses and the 19.1s. I have been away from YouTube for a little bit, and I probably will be also, because I'm just moving, you know, down to the villages, trying to get everything settled in. But with the coronavirus and everything and COVID-19, the USL2 season and the Open Cup, everything's been pushed back quite a ways now. So the club is going to let us know when we can start practices, because we still haven't even started yet. So now this could really could change everything, because you guys know the USL2 season only lasts for about 4 months or so. So pushing this back about 30 days could really, you know, mess up with the season and with the Open Cup and everything. But hopefully everything works out. But there will be vlogs coming soon. I'll be showing you guys, you know, kind of my apartment tour and everything like that. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and subscribe and click the little bell notification, so that way you guys can stay up to date with all my new videos that I'm going to be posting here soon. It's going to be really cool taking you guys along in depth of what it's like to play in the USL2. And hopefully you guys will get some good content out of it. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed the review, please drop a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one.